So this would be the second top 8. This is the second major top 8 with that deck. Oh, the Mawile. Okay. It looks like Magnus is going first. I assume Magnus is playing the hands. We'll see here in a second, though. Plays Mew EX, it looks like. The Tropius shenanigans. There's the hands. There's the hands. That's going to be big. I mean, I would imagine Magnus is looking for turn 2 hands. Pretty good start here as well for Brennan. Brennan's hand's pretty good here as well. Probably Sablezard with Pidgeot V and Mawile. That's what it looks like, yeah. And then Moon as well. I saw the Dark Energy in the hand. I've seen final standings, by the way. Alex is 9th with 47.22 resistance. All right, I appreciate it, Reggie. All right, so 9th. Yeah, so they did give Alexander the win and did end up 9th, but it's just not updated online yet. Good to know, though. Good to know, because I was definitely curious as to what was going on. All right, so gets the... Oh, the Cram Rush from Magnus. Was the Greninja prize, though? Greninja must have been prize. But also third Comfy. Oh, no, Greninja's in hand. Third Comfy there was pretty good, too, though. Does have a Nest Ball, I believe, so could get third Comfy. I don't really like that. And also didn't use Greninja off the Ripidie there, even though I had a switch in hand. I like using Greninja there more aggressively, I think. Like, you did have a switch in hand. Like, I would have just... You just want the raw cards, I feel like. I would have definitely liked to have seen Magnus just use Greninja there, I think. Raw cards. Now we have switches and retreats. More Comfy's getting used here. But yeah, I don't really love the Cram grab there from Magnus because you might use the Cram. You're not guaranteed to use the Cram, though. I would have grabbed a third Comfy there, I think, as Magnus. I would have just gone triple Comfy. Because you just want to, like, see a lot of cards. Giving up the Vacuum? What is the trade-off? Oh, for the Roaring... you don't need Roaring Moon in this matchup, I don't think. I don't think you need Roaring Moon. You'll appreciate the 10 gifted there. Game Grid. Welcome all to the pack there. Mick, Yasumofo, Mick Fun Guy, Ruzoko, KR Cook, Ballin' High, Ace Trainer Jake, Stage 2 Spork, Phil Swift, Lego, and Shin Tex Akuma. Appreciate the support as always. Welcome all to the pack. Got plenty of flower selecting, but we're all out of milk. Here we go. Battle VIP pass. So it is the... Yeah, it is... Yeah, Brennan's playing the Brennan deck. So I have to imagine this... Well, I don't know. I want to say it's favored for Magnus. I want to say it's favored for Magnus. But... Like, the hands is, like, something. But I don't... See, Magnus doesn't play Sableye. I don't think Magnus plays Sableye. So... I don't think Magnus plays Sableye. That hurts the prize drawing potential. Now, does Brennan play Manaphy is also a question. Does Brennan play Manaphy to protect from Magnus's Greninja is also a question. I don't know if Brennan does play the Manaphy. I see some water Pokemon in there, but that some of them are cramped. Oh, there's a Manaphy. Brennan does play Manaphy. Can Magnus attack with Greninja is also another question. I don't know. And I would say this matchup would definitely be bad if Brennan had to match. If Brennan was forced to match Roaring or Iron Hands with a Roaring Moon, then I would say Brennan's probably unfavored. But Brennan can match the Iron Hands with a Radiant Charizard. So because of that, that gives Brennan the prize trade edge, then being able to transition into the Sableyes from there. So I want to say Brennan actually probably has an edge in this matchup. But Brennan has to play pretty heavily for the Charizard response. Definitely has to play pretty heavily to respond with Charizard here. If you respond with Roaring Moon, then Magnus can just respond back with another 2-prize. Another 2-prizer, or even a 1-prizer to get 2 prizes. I think he's probably too far ahead as Magnus. And I think Magnus will have to play for double. I think Magnus will have to play for double Iron Hands here. So all 4 Mirage Gates from Magnus, I think, are going to have to try and be conserved to use double. As Brennan, I doubt you ever play the Moon in this matchup, right? Well, if it's your only answer, if Brennan's only out as an answer to hands is the Moon, because you can't set up the Charizard, then you would definitely go for it. But ideally, you just Charizard respond. They're the Crams from Brennan, and is going to grab one of them. So is trying to get Crammy here for that first prize card. Yeah, you'd ideally use Radiant Charizard as an answer to the thing, but if you have to use Roaring Moon, then you have to go with that. But yeah, because if you don't KO you have to KO the Iron Hands. That's the big thing here, is you have to KO if the Iron Hand survives, you just literally lose. So all right, the Comfies are coming through. Beach Court and Mirage Gate. The Mirage Gates are important to get to those earlier Charizard. That's the second Mirage Gate in the hand here, though, from Brennan. Here we go again with another Comfy, but it needs a switch card. That's a third Beach Court, bro. Brennan is just seeing beach. Like, there's so much. It was Beach Court. Oh, no, this is an Artisan. Okay, this one's different. It's an Artisan. But Brennan whiffs his first knockout. Yeah, the whiff on the first knockout here from Brennan. Definitely not what you want. And then now will Magnus be able to get that? And no follow-up Colress either. And one of your Comfies could actually get KO'd here. But the Artisan is actually going to get put in play here from Brennan, because Brennan knows that Magnus wants to put Iron Hands on that last bench space. So the Artisan really isn't helping Magnus much here. So it gets to thin out the deck by that extra Comfy. I like this sequence here from Brennan for sure. I definitely like this sequence here from Brennan. Because you know that you want Magnus to use the Artisan and get a Pokemon off it. Like, you're like, yes, please do it. Please do it. Please, please use the Artisan. Do not bench your Iron Hands. But here we go from Magnus. Ooh, that's a Lighting Energy. Now, you do need double Mirage Gate to actually pull off the hands this turn. Does have the Nest. I wonder if Magnus should have just, like, played the Nest Ball immediately and thinned out the Iron Hands. That might have been a mistake there from Magnus to not just... Maybe Magnus should just play this Nest Ball immediately and just be like, all right, Iron Hands on the bench, let's go. Because if not, you're just attacking with Cram anyways, right? I feel like that's probably what's happening. So why not thin out the Iron Hands here as Magnus? Oh, he's just going to go retreat Cram Punch. Yeah, I guess the hand doesn't have any gas in it. Yeah, it doesn't. The hand has no gas. It's going to get the first prize card here from Magnus, which is nice. And if the thing is actually here, the more I'm thinking about this... Well, no, that's not true. I was going to say the thing about this matchup is Magnus is the only one who can threaten a 2-prize turn, but that's not true. Brennan can threaten 2-prize turns with Sableye, but does have to, like, build up to the Sableye. So I think this turn, to be honest, as soon as possible, I think Brennan wants to attack with Sableye. So I think ideally, Brennan wants to attack with Sableye this turn. What you could do, you could go Colress plus double Comfy. You could go Colress, double Comfy. That's a Radiant Charizard. I think we got to keep that. I don't know what the other card is. Is it a Colress and a Radiant Charizard? I think it might be. I think it might be Colress, Radiant Charizard. Brennan's like, bro, why? No, it's Sableye Pidgeot. Okay. Dude, I thought I saw Radiant Charizard there. But Sableye is super important in this matchup because that's how Brennan can get 2-prize turns. Keeps the Pidgeot to have the option of the Forest Seal Stone. I don't know about that. The Sableyes are pretty important. It's close. You don't have the Forest Seal Stone in hand right now. Cram Punch. All right. I feel like we got to see Magnus bring out the hands this turn. I think it's time for the hands to come out. If Magnus can find a Colress. Still is a Colress away. Heavy ball action here. Checking the prize cards. Goes for a Moltres. Does Magnus play 2 Moltres? I thought there was a Moltres in hand. Maybe I'm trolling. So yeah. Brennan can threaten multi-prize turns, but needs to build up to it with Sableye. Whereas Magnus can just, like, draw 2 prize cards with Iron Hands whenever he wants. So forces prize and he's taking a prize, so I like taking Pidgeot. That's fair. That's fair. You do want to threaten Sableye as soon as possible, though, and the Sableye is the Sableye. I could see it. Ooh, gets rid of the Tropius. That's it. Honestly, I don't hate the Tropius in this matchup as, like, a 1-prize attacker. Cram is, of course, a better 1-prize attacker, but your Cram's dead. So, and we see the Super Art already going to get the Cram as well from Magnus. There's going to be a Cram response from Magnus. This is not the aggressive start you're looking for as Magnus. You want to, like, ideally, I think you want to just... Oh, is that a Bravery Charm as well? Oh, my gosh. Magnus plays Bravery Charm, too. So you could get Iron Hands with Bravery Charm. And if you get Iron Hands with Bravery Charm, the Radiant Charizard can't KO it. I wonder if Brennan knows about the Bravery Charm. Because Brennan does play Lost Vacuums. I wonder if Brennan knows about that Bravery Charm. That's a big deal, because Charizard can't answer that. Roaring Moon can. The Roaring Moon can always frenzy gouging it, but that is a 2-prizer. Aren't you just okay chilling Summons Magnus and taking the last 2 prize cards with hands? Well, you can't chill too much, because Brennan could start to Sableye you and just KO your whole board with Sableye. It depends how fast Brennan finds Sableye. That's the question. How fast does Brennan find Sableye? Because if Brennan finds Sableye really fast and starts building up damage in play, you can't wait to take the last 2 prize cards as hands because you'll lose before that happens. But maybe we're past that clock, to be honest. We might be past that clock for Brennan. You also have to be careful of Roxanne. That's true as well. Yeah, you're going to get Roxanne as well. It's a good point. And Brennan can play around Roxanne, whereas Magnus can't. Magnus doesn't have a way to draw 4 prize cards in a turn or something like that, but Brennan can do that with Sableye. There's the second Sableye getting together prize card. So that's another big point actually as well from Piper, is that the Roxanne is a big deal in this matchup for sure. They both play it, I believe. I believe Magnus plays Roxanne as well. But like I said, Brennan doesn't have to draw prize cards, but still is on putting Magnus on a clock with the Sableyes. But it's been a slow start from both players, to be honest here. There's been a lot of cramming. Way more cramming than either player wants to do. Brennan wants to be attacking with Sableye, and I think Magnus wants to be attacking with Iron Hands as soon as possible. Now the Iron Hands feels a little bit weird to use, but the hands with the Bravery Charm is pretty good. And the Roxanne is hitting sometime soon. Dude. Wait, is that a Colress? Okay, maybe there's not. No, it's not a Colress. Another cram slap? Bro, we're just cramming, bro. Honestly, this is kind of pathetic, bro. We're just spitting on each other. Magnus did use a super hot on that last turn as well. There's the hands off the top. I was saying maybe we should have nest balled for that hands. I was talking about it. We maybe should have nest balled for the hands. Does have bench space for hands and Moltres now, though. Magnus does have hands or bench space for... Oh, it's Mirage Gate and a Colress. Can't double hands if you get rid of one of those Mirage Gates. But Magnus could. Hold up. Magnus does have bench space for Moltres, Town, and can Town Store for Colress. And then keep this Mirage Gate. I honestly think Magnus should play it like that. Because then you could back-to-back hands and just win the game. Let's see, though. Greninja and then hands. Oh, true. Greninja. Dude, I didn't even realize that. Brennan doesn't have a Manaphy. Oh, no, wait. Hold up. Magnus doesn't play Water Energy. You can't Greninja. And Brennan knows this. That's why there's no Manaphy on Brennan's bench right now. Because the Manaphy is in the deck. You almost had me there. I got excited for a second. Yep. See? Is going for the option of the double hands play. Moltres is going to come down. Town Store or Raihan. Oh, wait. Raihan is kind of sick here, actually. Because you just need one more in your Lost Zone from Magnus, and you can get that by going Raihan for like a switch card and then switch into the Comfy plus accelerating energy to it. This would work here, actually, for Magnus. So you can go Raihan and energy to the Iron Hands, switch into a Comfy. You get the Savior for a Seal Stone. Or Active works as well. Retreat to a Comfy first. Use Comfy. Oh, we get a switch off this first. Hold up. We'll let Magnus cook. Then you go into Comfy. And the only thing bad you could see off this Comfy would probably be like 2 energy. Seeing 2 energy would be probably bad. But you have an attached return, so even that would probably be fine. The Raihan is working out here. I tried telling my buddy Raihan with hands is nuts and lost, so he didn't want to believe me. It's okay. This kind of situation only comes up early game, though. But as later as the game goes, the attacker and the active isn't going to be able to be Iron Hands anyways. But it's okay. It's all right. That one extra energy is a pretty big deal, to be honest. All right, so the first hands attack is coming for Magnus here. And then will Brennan have the response is the question. Colress Dark Energy. Gives up the Dark Energy. Here come the gates. I assume there's 4 energy in the deck, and that's why Magnus got rid of the Dark Energy there. I would hope. Here we go. Lightning Grass, and then Dark something. And the hands is swinging, and it has the Bravery Charm. It'll have the Bravery Charm as well. And for Brennan can't afford... Brennan cannot afford to actually attack with... what can Brennan not afford to attack with? At least 2 Dark and a Lightning in the deck. Brennan can't afford to actually attack with the Roaring Moon. It has to be with a Radiant Charizard. Because if you attack with the Roaring Moon and use Frenzy Gouging, you just lose like a Cram. Or even like a... I mean, Magnus can't attack with Comfy, so that's not an option, but... Switch card. I actually think Magnus should bench the Moltres to have the option of the 4 Seal Stone out. Probably. There's the Bravery Charm as well, so it's another piece that Brennan has to get over. Are we not going to bench the Moltres here as Magnus? The Roxanne can hit next turn. Brennan could have Radiant Charizard plus Roxanne. That'd be a pretty good response here. Does have the Roxanne in hand. There's the knockout. Needs a lot, though. Brennan does need a lot. Actually, to be honest, Brennan doesn't have to KO the Iron Hands. You just want to KO the Iron Hands. Actually, should Magnus have put 2 lightning energy on the Iron Hands to play around the Charizard punch? Because now Brennan can punch with Charizard. Now, I'm not saying I don't think Brennan wants to whiff the knockout, but if Brennan does whiff the knockout, then Iron Hands can't KO it because it doesn't have that second lightning. Maybe Magnus should have put the second lightning on the Iron Hands, because leaving that lightning in the decks, it doesn't really do anything, to be honest, because like you need a Super Rod to create another Iron Hand anyway. So leaving a lightning energy in the deck to use with Iron Hands doesn't matter because you have to Super Rod anyways to use another Iron Hands. Horse and Nest Ball. Actually, that might be a counter catcher. Horse is not that important at this point because I think you're going to Roxanne here as Brennan. I think it's a Nest Ball. What would you ever need off the Nest Ball, though, as Brennan? I think you're benching the Sableye this turn. You're going to bench the Pidgeot. Yeah. The Nest Ball doesn't seem like it does a whole ton anymore. Maybe you could get like another Sableye later. Okay, here come the Mirage Gates for Brennan. Now it's Brennan's turn to use the Mirage Gates. And has the Roxanne in hand. The Roxanne's ready to go. Only needs 1 energy at this point. Just needs a fire. Okay, Brennan almost overcommitted, but then realized, wait, Magnus has drawn a lot of prize cards. Let me chill out for a second. Just needs that 1 fire. May as well make the Comfy be able to retreat. You could overload the Charizard so you could retreat the Charizard next turn. That would maybe be worth it to like put to Mirage Gate again and put 2 more energy on the Charizard. But you honestly maybe want to get an energy on your Sableye. You might want to bench Sableye and attach energy to the Sableye with the gate. Brennan's thinking about that Roaring Moon, which I kind of like as well. It does play around Escape Rope. Because if Brennan does whiff if Brennan whiffs this Lost Vacuum here to KO the hands, which I'm sure you'd probably do just to like not lose the boss, then you could like set up Roaring Moon off of an Escape Rope. So I think Brennan should probably bench the Roaring Moon here to play around Escape Rope. I think playing around Escape Rope makes a ton of sense here. Then you may as well use that other gate as well. You could bench Roaring Moon and bench Sableye and gate like the Dark to the Moon and then the Seg to the Sableye. I think that'd be like reasonable for sure. Appreciate the 4 months of visual. Oh, the closure of the Roxanne? Wait, that can't be right. Wait, there's Roxanne in hand, right? Is Brennan trying to just maximize the odds of hitting... Is Brennan just trying to maximize the odds of hitting... Brennan might just be trying to maximize the odds of hitting the vacuum. Because if you shuffle all this back to the deck, your chance of hitting the vacuum isn't like that high, probably. Getting to 10 is important for Sableye, but you can do that on the next turn. You don't have to do that this turn. You could Colress next turn after Roxanne. Yeah, Brennan's digging for the oh, there's the Lost Vacuum, so it does get it. It does get the Lost Vacuum, and can still bench the Roaring Moon to play around second hand's Escape Rope. Because Magnus could go, like, recover hands, bench hands, double gate Escape Rope. Or does Brennan not bench the Moon? And then leaves the option of Escape Rope as a win condition for Magnus. With that logic, Roxanne has 6 cards, though. Yeah, but Roxanne shuffles your whole hand back to your deck, and then you can see those cards again. So you're theoretically, you're not maximizing your outs to... it doesn't maximize your outs for the card. But also, Brennan could have also played that other gate as well and thinned out 2 more cards out of the deck to increase the odds of seeing the vacuum even off the Colress. So I think it was like another mistake there from Brennan, for sure. Ooh, gives up the boss. I don't know if I like that, because now Magnus can like bench hands ahead of time and start to build on it, but not be as afraid of it getting Gus KO'd. Yeah, getting rid of boss there I don't like there from Brennan. I think that's a misplay. We should definitely keep the boss there, because now Magnus can just like super rod the hands back to the deck, put it on the bench, start to build the energy on it, Roxanne, and then Magnus is going to hit Brennan with the Roxanne. You really want to be the first person to Roxanne in the mirror match. Yeah, I think like even though playing the Colress maximizes our odds of getting the vacuum, this is a perfect example. And see, now ends up playing the vacuum and playing the second gate anyways, but why would you play the second gate after you play the Colress to try and find the vacuum? So this is some poor sequencing here from Brennan. I also think it's correct to have played the Roxanne, because playing the Colress the way Brennan did maximizes the odds to get the vacuum, but getting the vacuum doesn't win the game for Brennan. The less chance of getting the vacuum is outweighed by the increased value of the hand disruption here from Brennan. I also think Brennan should have benched Pidgeot there, because now if you get Force Sealstone off the prize cards, you can Force Sealstone your Pidgeot. Yeah, I don't like the sequencing here from Brennan. I think Brennan should have also benched the Pidgeot to play around Escape Rope hands, which is also possible now. Magnus could literally win with double gate or second Raihan if Magnus plays that, Escape Rope hands. But if you bench, I guess benching Pidgeot also dies the hand. So maybe benching the Moon is the best, to be honest. That's true. I guess still die. You should bench Pidgeot or Moon here. Moon or Pidgeot should probably be on the bench here for sure. I guess benching Pidgeot. Yeah, Pidgeot's weak to lightning. Benching Pidgeot means you also lose to Raikou Boss. So maybe that's the reason to not bench the Pidgeot. I feel like leaving open the option of escape rope hands is just not good though. If he ropes and promotes Moon, then Magnus can KO with Moon. That's true as well. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe benching the extra Pokemon on the bench doesn't matter. Yep, and here comes the Roxanne. Okay, so maybe benching the extra Pokemon on the bench doesn't matter. Maybe I'm overinflating that thought there. Yeah, maybe but I would still bench the Pidgeot to have it in play so we can draw into Force Seal Stone off of Roxanne. Oh, but then you lose the boss with Raikou. Oof. Okay, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe we'd never bench anything else here. A little bit too caught up on the idea of benching something. It only matters to bench it if we didn't KO the hands, I guess. If we didn't KO the Iron Hands, then we should have benched something. Okay, there is a gate. Yeah, we're building up towards that hands play again here for Magnus. Second hands is on the way. Could force Seal Stone for Super Rod, and then Nest Ball for the hands and then attach to hands, or could just Greninja here and get rid of the lightning energy and draw 2 cards. We'll see what Magnus decides to do here, though. Some glasses on the Greninja, and maybe it is just going to be a pass. Putting the Force Seal Stone in play is interesting to me, though. Oh, we are using it. Okay, like putting it in play without using it is interesting because it could get vacuumed. Yeah, immediately eyes up that Super Rod. I think Magnus has everything in the deck to pull off this hands play. I guess the thing though with benching the hands right now though does mean that Moon. Then Brennan could bench Moon to play around Escape Rope. Because there's no room for the Roaring Moon anymore. But I guess that means Brennan would have to not draw a prize card. Brennan would have to not draw a prize card though as well, I guess. There's the attach. And the gate. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like that play. You could have. What about gate plus draw with Greninja? Because right now Magnus is hoping that Brennan draws a prize card. So Brennan's never going to draw a prize card with anything that's not the Radiant Charizard. So Magnus is hoping because Magnus has the counter catcher in hand. I guess could also find Escape Rope though. But then I like the idea of drawing with Greninja if we're trying to find Escape Rope. Because we could have drawn 2, still use the gate probably. Well, we could have not gated and then drawn 2 to hopefully get an energy to attach return and then gate from Magnus. I almost like that a little bit better. That boss in the Lost Zone must hurt right now. Yeah, getting rid of that. Like I said, I didn't like getting rid of that boss from Brennan. Like, ooh, we have a Roxanne though. In the moment from Brennan, the boss didn't look really good, very good. But like, if the game develops weird, which Brennan almost needs, like Brennan has to hope Magnus doesn't draw perfect. And if Magnus doesn't draw perfect, then the boss is pretty good. And if Magnus draws perfect, you lose. So, but yeah, Brennan finds the Roxanne off the Roxanne. Classic. Roxanne off Roxanne is a classic play. I think Brennan might play counter catcher. Actually, I don't even know if Brennan plays counter catcher, but no possibility for the counter catcher play here because they are tied on prize cards. I wonder how much Brennan will think about Magnus's counter catcher and be like, well, so we did get a switch card there, I believe, for Brennan. So Brennan could attack with Radiant Charizard again. But if Brennan does attack with Radiant Charizard again, then does all of a sudden set up the possibility of counter catcher. Pidgeot or the gate. Pidgeot seems better there. Well, maybe not. We have 2 Super Rod in hand, but what are we... I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, I feel like... But Brennan's win conditions are super limited because of the lack of boss. So I feel like Brennan is forced into... attacking with Radiant Charizard here and hoping Magnus doesn't have energy counter catcher. Yeah, I feel like... Because if you retreat to the Radiant Charizard, then Magnus could just KO your Radiant Charizard with hands with the first attack. And then attack again and you lose. Because recovering your Radiant Charizard might be tough. Actually, but maybe you do just pass here. Well, you only pass here as Brennan if you do have another boss. Nope, but goes for the knockout. All right, Magnus doesn't have energy in hand. Draw for turn is Colress. That's pretty good. Oh, there's another Colress in the hand. And a Mew, I believe. So we could use the Mew first here from Magnus to draw 1 card. Or it might just go right into the Colress. Why would we want to leave this bench space open? I don't think there's really a reason. I can't come up with a reason to leave the bench space open. Magnus decides that there's not a reason to leave the bench space open and benches the Mew. Draw off Mew for 1 first. Battle VIP Pass isn't going to cut it. Here's Chorus. Let's switch card and energy. No counter catcher. There's Boss. Maybe we take that for the next turn. So take Boss, switch cart. Why are we taking the Comfy? Yeah, there we go. I was like, this one's pretty straightforward here. Magnus almost trolled a little bit, but fine now. Now you go into the Comfy draw. Counter catcher. Escape rope. That'll do it. All right. And the dub for Magnus in the first game. All right. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm still thinking, why didn't he use Spit Innocently to kill Comfy? Because if you Spit Innocently, then you just lose the Iron Hands with just an energy. But now you force the Iron Hands plus a way around the Radiant Charizard. Magnus doesn't play Jirachi? No, I don't think Magnus plays Jirachi or Manaphy. Let's see. What could have been done different in that game? I don't like... Yeah, we went through a couple... Brennan, I think, played a little sloppy. It was slow starts on both sides. You ever Sableye and not KO? I don't think so, no. No. You always KO there. Because otherwise, then Magnus just needs switch card plus energy. You want to force Magnus to force something up off the bench. You don't want to let hands just KO the active for the win, even if it's not guaranteed. You made doing the play that Brennan did made Magnus work the hardest for sure. Definitely made Magnus work the hardest. Why not put Moon down? Well, Brennan didn't have Moon at that point. Brennan didn't have access to the Moon on the previous turn. Brennan had access to the Moon on the turn before the previous turn, but left the bench space open for the possibility of Pidgeot +4 Sealstone. But the more I think Brennan should have just benched the Moon on that turn a little while ago. I mean, maybe it's not correct. We could have had like it set up to like maybe cook. Really close one there though. Now Brennan gets to go first though. I assume Brennan will choose to go first because I think you want to put the pressure on with the Sableye as soon as possible. But you do give that first prize card to the Cram, to Magnus's Cram. All right, here we go. So I'm curious if Brennan will choose first or second. I guess I'm a little curious. I would assume it's going to choose first. I do see a Battle VIP Pass in the hand as well. Def should have just benched the Moon to have the rope out. That's what I think as well. I think Brennan played so heavily into the Pidgeot like the whole game. And just because they didn't get it doesn't mean it's not correct. Okay, Brennan did choose second. Brennan maybe chose second in the first game as well, to be honest. Gate versus grass. It's got to be the gate here, I think. The gates are just too important for Magnus to have the potential to double hands. But it's just Cram Pass. Okay, this is huge. Brennan can get super far ahead here. Yeah, this hand sucks. All right, over to Brennan. Brennan really wants to KO. Double VIP Pass for Brennan. Looking good. But the draw power is also nerfed on Brennan's side because of the lack of Greninja. Greninja is huge for draw power in Lost Zone decks. But Brennan does not play Greninja. Brennan plays the Radiant Charizard. So overall, your prize, what's called, is going to be nerfed quite a bit. Iron Hands is prized. Oh, I didn't even see the prize cards, man. I'm trolling. Yeah, it does play the heavy ball, so it shouldn't. Hopefully, it doesn't. I mean, Magnus has other things to worry about besides Iron Hands. He needs to get that 7 in the Lost Zone, but yeah, that could be a big deal. Do you prefer Pidgeot package or normal Pokegear package in Lost Box? I don't really have a preference right now. I don't think about Lost Box. I haven't tried to work on Lost Box in a long time. I don't have any like plans to either. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll try it out again with the Poffin and stuff, but okay, another check through the deck for Brennan, but goes Comfy, and Cram. If the fourth Comfy is not prized, you could quad Comfy into Cram if there's no Colors found. But yeah, Brennan really wants to take advantage of this slow start here from Magnus. And ideally, like I said, you want to KO the Comfy here. You actually don't want to KO the Cram of Magnus. You want to KO the Comfy because the Comfy is the draw power. No Colors in hand. Oh, actually, Brennan's hand isn't that good. It's living off of one flower selecting here. Is it good? No, it's not good. It's bad. Oh, this is going to be a slow start for both players. Brennan not able to capitalize on the slow start from Magnus because he's got a slow start himself. Goes for the Nest Ball over the Clara, and it's just pass. All right. Magnus loves to see that. Switch card top deck. That's not going to do very much. Going to need a little bit more here. There's a Nest Ball. This is fine. Nest Ball for Moltres. Town Store for the 4 Sealstone. 4 Sealstone for Colress. Could also just go get another Comfy and use a Comfy, but I think just getting Cooking here as Magnus makes a little bit more sense. Moltres is prized. What? The Moltres is prized? Is it really? Wait, no, he plays 2 Moltres, right? Or am I trolling on that? I think I'm capping with the 2 Moltres. Never mind. Moltres prized. All right. So I guess we're just going to go for another Comfy here as Magnus, which is still decent. Has 2 switch cards in hand. We'll be okay. All right. 1 Moltres, 1 Moon. Okay. That's what I thought it would be. That's why I was like kind of surprised that I thought I saw 2 of them. But yeah, I thought I saw 2 of them. But apparently I didn't. Okay. Another Comfy getting used. Town Store. Definitely getting rid of that. There's the Pokegear, though. Magnus likes the Pokegears. No, cool. Dude, this is such a slow game, bro. All right. Whiff off the Pokegear. Dude, both of these games have been so slow. It's just going to be a pass. I swear I saw 2 gold Moltres. It's 1 gold Moltres, 1 gold Roaring Moon. The more Roaring Moon is definitely gold. I definitely saw that. All right. Pass back over to Brennan. See what Brennan can do. Roxanne top deck. Broken. Comfy. And it's a tough decision already. Gets rid of the Beach Court. Keeps. Gotta keep the Escape Rope there. Does Magnus push the Cram here, though? I think you do push Cram here as Magnus, and then... Ooh, I would push Cram, I feel like. I like the Cram push from Magnus here. I don't know if I like the... Losing a Comfy here. Dude, once again for Brennan, 2 Beach Courts into the Lost Zone off the rip. 3rd Comfy for Brennan. Can Cram finally. The Cram is coming for Brennan finally. No Colress here, obviously. Well, it could be like Radiant Shard, Colress. Nope, it's Heavy Ball. And there's the Pidgeot. You would hope that wouldn't be... I'm always disappointed when I see people think really hard about keeping Heavy Ball, because that means you know they didn't check their prize cards thoroughly. I'm like, come on. Every time I see that, I'm disappointed. I'm like, bro, come on. Check your prize cards a little bit more thoroughly. We shouldn't be thinking this hard about Heavy Ball. We should know if we need it or not need it compared to the other card. Always a little disappointed. All right. Over to Magnus. Gets the Heavy Ball. That's the Moltres. Honestly, in Iron Hands here, with how underdeveloped Brennan's hand is. Oh, wait. Goes for the Iron Hands over the Moltres, though. That's actually a tough one for Magnus. Yeah, because if you take Moltres, you can't Iron Hands this turn. If you take Iron Hands, you can't use Town Store for 4 Sealstone. Ends up with the Iron Hands. So I think it is just going to be a Cram Punch here from Magnus then. I don't think has... Well, hold on, actually. No, never mind. Hold on. There's a couple switch cards in here, and there's another Comfy. I take it back. Yeah, I also didn't love the... What was I going to say? I don't love that Magnus... Also, the Bravery Charm prize there for Magnus. I don't love that Magnus... let the Comfy go down, but it looks like the Cram option was going to be the only good... Well, if we had a 3rd Comfy here, who knows what could be behind Comfy number 3. I think Hunter Butler was the first Lost Zone player I ever played against who actually checked his notes when deciding to Lost Zone Heavy Ball. Like, do your work, y'all. Yeah, you got to do the work, put in the work. So, speaking of that, I've been taking notes and checking prize cards, and I've been having a much harder time doing it quickly and efficiently. Any tips? Just keep doing it. Yeah, just keep going through the process. Maybe it's a bluff that he had a hard choice. I guess that can be fair. Like, if you want to bluff that it mattered, but that doesn't really do anything though. Like, it doesn't really lead. Like, theoretically, that shouldn't lead to any decision difference from Magnus. That's like the thing. See, I think, okay, keep the boss. I would like to see Brennan definitely keep the boss this time. Do not loss on the boss, please. Keep the boss. Get rid of one of these energies. I don't even know what that first card was. No, come on, don't lose the bosses. No, please keep the boss. I feel like this is... I don't know how many boss Brennan plays. Now, Brennan plays 2 boss. Bro, if Brennan plays 2 boss, then I'm okay with this. I think telling your opponent I have no Gust effect left is just not good. I think just telling your opponent I have no Gust effects left is like not good. I don't like that. All right, Nest Ball for another Comfy. It might just be another Cram Punch here from Brennan. You would like to Sableye here and KO one of those Comfies and build up some more damage on another Comfy, I think. But I don't think we're going to quite get there. We've got 8 in the Lost Zone, only 1 Comfy left, no Vacuum in sight. It's probably just hard to treat attack with Cram. Yeah, it's just going to be retreat to Cram and swing. Sableye's already they want to get in there, but Lost Zone's not big enough yet. All right. Is Magnus going to put on the pressure with the hands this turn? I would assume it's going to be hopefully possible at this point. We'll see, though. There's also a Vacuum in hand for Magnus. So it might be like close to guaranteed. Or is Magnus trying to hold off on... I don't think you can hold off on doing the hands for too long, though. No, you can't, because you're just going to get Roxanne. So you can't hold off for the last 2. I think handsing sooner than later probably makes the most sense for Magnus. And just force Brennan to have the answer. Escape Rope versus Super Rod. Can't really see what else is in the rest of that hand, though. Ops for the Super Rod. I think there's... Is that all 3 Super Rod in the hand? At least 2. There's 2 Super Rod in the hand. Another Comfy. The world wants to know where are Magnus's... where are Magnus's Colruses? Here we go again. Escape Rope. Hey! Is that a Colrus I see? But how much does Magnus value that Escape Rope? Because the Escape Rope, I think, just leads to the hands attack out of hand. Yeah, the hands can just attack out of hand. But I think we go with the Colrus here. I think we want to develop our deck a little bit more. We want to find that next Colrus and all that stuff. The Greninja, maybe. Who knows? Yep. I like that. I think I like giving up the Escape Rope here. Now, do you Colrus before you use the Mirage Gates? Because you do need to retreat this Comfy into the hands. You could... or is that a Raihan even? Ooh, we could see the Raihan play, actually. The Raihan, again, coming in clutch for Magnus, it looks like. What will be this extra card, though, is the question, I guess. So going to go for the Raihan route to guarantee it. The Colrus wouldn't have guaranteed anything. Is there enough energy in the deck? Doing a quick count here. Oh, there's 4. Yeah, they're in there. What else did we get here as Magnus, though? What else is worth grabbing? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe... Greninja? We have a Colrus in hand. Roxanne might be in hand as well here for Magnus. I'm not sure. Another gate for the next turn. I could see it. I could see it. Seems fine to me. It's really hard to call what the best play here is here. Because we have the hands play in hand. We have 2 gate in hand. We don't need this 3rd gate. Doesn't mean the 3rd gate is wrong. Just means we don't need it. And even Magnus seemed undecided there about the gate as well, to be honest. Mew for Roxanne protection. I like that. I actually really like that. Yeah, the Mew for the Roxanne protection. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, I think that could have been the play for sure from Magnus. Mew for the Roxanne protection. I'm down for that. I'm down for that for sure. All right, here we go from Magnus. Going to take the knockout, though. No Mew for Roxanne protection. Brennan's deck is a little bit underdeveloped as well, though. So, like, Brennan might not be able to get the KO plus the Roxanne here. We'll see. Also, there's a counter catcher here for Magnus. Magnus could counter catcher a Comfy, but 3 Comfy. If there was 2 Comfy in play, that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, Roxanne does be hitting here, though, to be honest. That is fair. Roxanne do be hitting here. I don't know if Brennan has it or is going to be able to find it, but immediately into the Comfy over before the Colrus, so I'm sure is maybe looking for that play. Needs the Radiant Charizard as well, though. Needs the Radiant Charizard. I see the Roxanne, I think. I don't see the Radiant Charizard, though. It has a switch. Hold up, we're not done yet. Another Comfy comes up. Can we find a Nest Ball? Another gate. And the other one's a Battle VIP pass. Ooh. No, it is a Colrus play. Oh, okay, thank goodness. I thought there was going to be no out to the Radiant Charizard. I saw a whole lot of non-Radiant Charizard to begin with. I was like, it's possible. Do we ever arm press instead to avoid Roxanne, or is that crazy? It's pretty crazy because you're still getting knocked out by Charizard through Mirage Gate, and then you're drawing 1 less prize card. So it's not about fully playing around Roxanne. It's like playing around Roxanne, but also you also need to draw your prize cards efficiently as well. Does he have an energy in deck? It is possible Brennan does not have an energy in deck here. Does need 2, I believe. Brennan needs 2 energy in deck here. Could have checked with the Nest Ball first. Oh, there's a Super Rod in hand, though. Which I'm sure the Super Rod would lead to the energy in deck, but... Oh, that's true as well. There's a lot of energy in the Lost Zone, so the arm press wasn't even possible. Goes with the Super Rod. Gonna get triple energy. Could get a Cram, but no ops, no Cram. I guess at this point, Sableye is what you're gonna be using. And then here come the Mirage Gates. I would even say you should maybe play 2 here to like set your Sableye up to play around. Because now Magnus can Roxanne you. Yeah, now Magnus can Roxanne you. So we could go Dark, Psychic to Sableye. Okay, we do need one more on this Charizard, though. There needs to be another energy on the Charizard here from Brennan. So I think that another gate's going to get played here to put one Dark on the... Oh, there's 4 Mirage gates in hand here for Brennan. Okay. More than enough gates. I think we could use another gate here, no problem. Yep, here we go. Dark energy to the Charizard. All right. Looking good. Actually, it's possible Brennan should have gone Attach Fire Active. Actually, I think Brennan did mess that up. Brennan could have gone Attach Fire Active Retreat to the Zard. Super Odd the Fire, the Psychic, and the Dark into the deck. And then end up with a Fire and a Dark on the Charizard and another energy on a Comfey. But he's going to go ahead and just use another gate to get another energy on a Comfey anyways to prep for that Roxanne, have a pivot pre-set up. So I guess this like kind of works out fine here for Brennan. But does go down another Mirage Gate. But maybe you just want to burn the Mirage Gate anyways, to be honest, here is Brennan. And he's even thinking about benching that other Sableye as well. It is going to be tough here. Well, for this next turn, it should be easy for Magnus to draw prize cards. What is the plan here for Magnus? I feel like Magnus is going to try and go... Countercatcher will be active. So Magnus can go like Cram Countercatcher. But you probably want to save the Countercatcher for your second Iron Hands, actually. So Magnus is probably going to go... Should Brennan bench Roaring Moon to play around Escape Rope? Roaring Moon here to play around Escape Rope Cram would actually be pretty good from Brennan. But now, if you bench a Sableye, Escape Rope plus Cram is guaranteed a knockout. You know, yeah, I think we should see the Roaring Moon get benched here from Brennan. Nope. But yeah, so now this opens up Magnus to be able to go Escape Rope, Cram, Roxanne, and then next turn look for the Roaring Moon or look for the Iron Hands win. That's what we should... I think that's what I want to see here from Magnus, is look for Escape Rope. He's down a lot of ropes, though, right? I mean, there's 2 in the Lost Zone. There could be out of ropes. Yeah, Magnus could be out of ropes, which means we'd have to go with the Countercatcher this turn into Boss next turn. That could be the possibility here. That could be what has to happen here. Then also you have to like preserve your your Mirage. He's just gonna start with the Comfey. Super Odd versus Colress. Colress probably bites at us there. There it goes. I wonder if we could have preserved one of those Escape Ropes on a previous turn. Honestly, with the Moltres in this deck, Energy Switch doesn't seem terrible. Played a Rope on turn 2, so down 3. It might not even play actually more than that, to be honest. There's the Cram. There's the Dark Energy. Yeah, it's possible... possible Magnus doesn't actually play any more than that. There's the Cram. So we need Cram, Escape Rope, ideally. If not, it would have to be Cram plus Ball, or Cram plus Countercatcher on that Sableye. And then Magnus needs to try and get... Oof, yeah, it might be the Countercatcher play here. Which would be fine, to be honest. Goes with the Colress, though? Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Well, you're not Roxanneing Brennan, which means you're going to get Roxanne next turn. That's the problem with this play from Magnus. Another Comfey. Do you even have enough switch cards to use 3 Comfeys at this point as Magnus? I don't even know. Maybe taking the Colress is just better. So you're going to burn your Countercatcher, and now you're going to get Roxanne here as Magnus. So I'm predicting a Brennan dub here, I think, for sure. Magnus recovering from a Roxanne here would be... with burning the Countercatcher, I don't think Magnus is going to be able to recover from a... recover from a Roxanne and get a knockout with a Iron Hands. That seems impossible. Yep, goes after the Sableye. We will need to see Brennan set up another Sableye, but I don't think that should be a huge deal for Brennan. Well, maybe Brennan won't be able to Roxanne. Brennan has to Roxanne this next turn for sure. Oh, wait, no. Brennan doesn't have to use Sableye. Brennan can use the Radiant Charizard again. What am I thinking? Magnus can get a little bit ahead of everything, put some more energy back in the deck. Yeah, Brennan can just hit with Radiant Charizard again. That's fine. We just need to find the Roxanne here from Brennan, but I think it's in the hand. So Brennan just going punch, bench, Sable. No, at this point, well, unless Brennan knows Magnus is out of Escape Rope, and Magnus might be out of Escape Rope, then you should probably bench Roaring Moon to play around Escape Rope hands as Brennan, unless you are more scared of Boss Roaring Moon. No, I think Escape Rope hands is more scary than Boss Roaring Moon for sure. Okay, here comes the Cram knockout. All right, I think it's going to be... This is looking pretty good for Brennan. This is looking pretty good for Brennan. Here we go. Colwish top deck. That's not good enough. Is Bibzard good or just nah? Pidgeotzard? I've been cooking some. I need to try out some ideas with Bibzard. Bibzard is okay. Pidgeotzard is the better deck overall, but like depending on the meta, Bibzard ain't bad. Catch of the Moon instead of the Comfy. Does that make sense? I guess it's fine. Oh, we have the switch card. I guess we can switch card into. Not benching Sableye is interesting, actually. I don't like that. I think we'd want to bench Sableye here as Brennan. Attaching to the Moon is okay, I guess, because Moon does, like, if the Radiant Charger gets KO'd, you just want them to be able to attack with, so Moon attacking is. But I think benching Sableye instead of the Pidgeot makes a little bit more sense, because Sableye can basically KO anything. And then attach to. Actually, even attaching to the Charizard, so you could retreat the Charizard next turn would be good as well. So you could attach a Charizard, bench Sableye, then all you need is retreat Charizard plus the Psychic Energy to win. And then I like the benching of the Roaring Moon. To play around Escape Rope. Here we go, Roxanne for 6. There's the Force Seal Stone, though. So you probably are definitely leaving Pidgeot. Pidgeot and play with Force Seal Stone is also pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty good, too. Here we go. Yeah, Counter Catcher's no good anymore. I think the other card was like a Mirage Gate, though. So you can combo that with a Super Rod still, potentially. Curious to know what count Brennan is looking to figure out. There's 3 Escape Rope down. I don't know if Magnus plays 3 Escape Rope or 4. I'm pretty sure some of them play 3. 28 minutes left. I think we will get the... Oh, checking the vacuum count probably. Should I attach the Force Seal Stone to my Pidgeot or not? Goes with it. I don't think we're using it, but could use it. Go get. You could go get Super Rod off the Force Seal Stone, then play Super Rod some energy back to the deck. Play the gate to the active plus a Sableye. But just goes like this. Over to Magnus. Magnus needs a lot. The Mew's a good start. What does Magnus need? Too much. Goes to the Comfy first. Overdrawing with. Could have drawn with Mew first. Or could have vacuumed the Force Seal Stone. Wait. It's a peculiar way to sequence that from. You could have vacuumed the boss to get rid of the Force. Maybe you really want to keep the boss, I guess. I guess that's fair. I feel like you could have vacuumed the boss, get rid of the Force Seal Stone. That's tough. It depends if Magnus plays an Escape Rope, I guess, or not. If Magnus doesn't play another Escape Rope, then it doesn't really matter, to be honest. If Magnus does play another Escape Rope, then it is winnable here. What Magnus could do is like play Escape Rope first, and then force up something from Brennan. And Brennan sends up a 2-prizer. You set up your Roaring Moon. If Brennan doesn't send up a 2-prizer, Magnus honestly might just be looking for Boss Moon, hope it can't move next turn. Honestly, but actually Roxanne isn't terrible here from Magnus. If you just Roxanne, maybe the Radiant Charger doesn't move off the Roxanne. Now they got rid of that Force Seal Stone, but that draw leads to literally nothing. So Magnus passes. Draw from Brennan. Jet up. Retreat and Radiant Charger for the KO. Okay, game 2 goes to Brennan. And we're going to game 3. Does Magnus agree that going second is correct in this matchup? I guess we'll find out. I don't know who won the coin flip in game 1, but Brennan did choose to go second in game 2. If Brennan had won the coin flip in game 1 and also chose second, then it seems like Brennan definitely thinks going second is correct. But if Magnus won the coin flip, then Magnus agrees about going second. But I guess we'll figure out here if Magnus agrees about going second. Magnus might disagree. Magnus maybe thinks going first is better. First Roxanne wins again. Yeah, playing around the Roxanne is pretty important. Also, playing your Roxanne is pretty important, which I think is something a huge, like, that's like a pivotal, like, there's like some, like, sequencing errors are like whatever, right? Like but I think Brennan made a pivotal error in game 1 when Brennan chose to Colwish instead of Roxanne and then got Roxanne. But Brennan was fortunate enough to draw Roxanne off the Roxanne, but I think it was still a mistake. Yeah, that was like a pivotal error from Brennan in that first game. And had Brennan Roxanne Magnus might have just fallen apart from there, and not be able to put anything together. But we see this in this one. Brennan does get the Roxanne off first, and does win that one. So we're looking at 1-1 going into game 3, and we definitely have to give. Well, I actually honestly don't know if I think going first or second is better in this matchup. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna believe in Brennan and say going second is better. So the question is just, does Magnus agree? We'll find out. these prize cards. Mawile prize doesn't matter. Yeah, prize cards are pretty... Ooh, 2 VIP... Ooh, okay. The Cram, the Bravery Charm, 2 VIP pass, and there was something else in the bottom right corner. Magnus agrees going second is better, and does have that Colress in the opening hand. Cram, so no turn 1 Cram attack potential from Magnus unless the heavy ball is found. There's another... The bottom right prize card was also pretty big, but I don't remember what it was, to be honest. All I know is it's a big deal. All right, the hand there from Brennan is fine. Just needs to get double comfy and draw some cards. Yeah, the Bravery Charm, the Cram, double VIP pass for the potential to set up. Oh, it was a Colress, but we do have that first Colress in the hand from Magnus, so the Colress being prized doesn't really matter. Yeah, the Bravery Charm being prized, Bravery Charm, 2 VIP pass, and the Cram. So yeah, I mean, if Magnus finds the basics, the VIP passes won't matter, but the Bravery Charm is probably the big potential swing card in the matchup for that first initial hands attack. But it's possible Magnus doesn't actually get off that turn. Well, okay, it's possible Magnus whiffs the turn 1 Cram attack, but could also get a turn 1 hands attack off, which would be... That's better. Turn 1 hand sounds pretty good. That's a lot for Brennan to try and answer on turn 2 going first. That could be pretty big. I'm excited for this one. Bro, watching these games live is so exciting, bro. Pokemon is just sick, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Pokemon fan. What do we got? There's a Colress. Does lose a heavy ball. That's fine, though. The retreat to another Comfy. Probably wouldn't mind finding... Ooh, Mirage Gate versus... Heavy ball. The big debate. I'm hoping Brennan checked the prize cards thoroughly there. There was no basics prize, I believe, for Brennan. Okay, Comfy top deck for Magnus is good. Here's the Colress. Is there any Battle VIP passes here? Oh, Nest Ball is still okay. Get rid of Pokegear probably and the Minior. And I guess the Mew does have free retreat, so we can just retreat into that right now. There's still quite a few Pokemon. A couple... Is that a switch? That's a Raihan. Magnus could actually set up for like a turn 2 Raihan. You want to find Greninja and Comfys here. You don't play the heavy ball. You don't play the playing heavy ball is a mistake here. There's so many basics you want. Get rid of those glasses. Switch. I think we have to go get another Comfy here. We need to build up that Lost Zone. We could see a Raihan hands play. Actually, I don't hate the idea of grabbing Greninja here. Because this is a tough call. Because like seeing 2 cards is just literally double the value of what Comfy gives you. Comfy gives you 1 card, but gets a card in the Lost Zone. Using Greninja is also getting your energy in your discard pile is really important to be able to combo Super Rod with Mirage Gates, depending on how you draw. It's close. You're hoping, if you do take Greninja, you're hoping you find a Comfy. But you have like a higher odds of getting into a Comfy plus having a more powerful turn because you're getting +1 card. Whereas if you get Comfy, you're using this Comfy and being like, I hope I find Greninja or another Comfy, but I literally have to get rid of the other card. So you're hoping you chain basics here no matter what, but one of them gives you more value initially to work around. I don't hate getting Greninja here, to be honest. Also, you could end up with Greninja in your active Heroes Magnus, and then the Cram Punch from Brennan actually wouldn't draw a prize card. And we haven't even seen Sableye attack yet, this whole set. Brennan has not been able to get Sableye online this whole set, and had a pretty slow turn 1. There's a VIP pass, though, so we get everything here. That's not a debate, Magnus. No shot. Get the Greninja. Honestly, maybe get another Comfy. If you take Greninja and whiff another Comfy, it's so bad for next turn. It is. But we're thinking about projecting towards like a more powerful setup, right? It's probably correct to take the Comfy. It is probably correct to take the Comfy because if the Comfy leads to an out to a basic, that's the same thing as Greninja leading to an out to a basic. We're just forced to get rid of the other card. But I guess that would be the same thing if we then get Greninja and Greninja gets Comfy, then the Comfy is still forced to have us get rid of one of the 2 cards. But then we're not forced into having to get a basic is the thing. When we use the Comfy after the Greninja, if there's a VIP pass there and something else that's really good, we can take the other really good thing. But it's tough to take the other thing on the other way around. So that's like kind of like, yeah, the Comfy, if we get Greninja first into Comfy, the Comfy we don't have to take the basic Pokemon off the Comfy, basically. But yeah. Wait. I saw the vacuum, but I don't think we have the KO here. No. The vacuum's in hand, but we don't quite have it all for Magnus here. It does have the attached to the hands as well, which is really, really big, though. All right, so no Cram attack because it was prized. Over to Brennan, has that Colress. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. Yo, ditch the Pidgeot, bro. Honestly, why is that thing in the deck, bro? We have yet to use the Forest Seal Stone. Is this... Oh. Brennan really wants to keep the Pidgeot. No, get rid of it, bro. That bird sucks, bro. No, the switch cards are so good. Oh, okay, there's a Forest Seal Stone in hand. Okay, my bad. There is a Forest Seal Stone in hand. Brennan was playing around that potential of the Cram attack and did push the Sableye up off the escape rope. And it's not getting punished here, but does end up having to burn another switch card here to move this Sableye around. I think it's a coercion and a switch card there. It is a tough call, to be honest. Because like the switch cards, like you wouldn't hate to use another Comfey here. Yeah. Another Comfey here would be pretty nice. I guess you can... No. You have to play this switch card now into the Cram knockout. But then here comes the hands on the next turn. You do have Pidgeot for Sealstone, so you should be in a pretty good spot here. Pidgeot for the Mawile. True. I feel like it's a little bit more the other way around, though. It's like Brennan plays the Pidgeot package, so it's like, okay, I may as well include the Mawile. Yeah, I think it's the other way around here. That would be my guess, is like Brennan plays the Pidgeot package, so it's like, ooh, now I can play this Mawile. I check in for Magnus. The Bravery Charm is prized, so we can't have the super powerful hands turn. Does Magnus ever not go for Iron Hands here, though? I feel like we're always going for Iron Hands here, right? You ever match the Cram with the Cram? I don't know how the tempo of this matchup really plays out, to be honest. Like, is it correct to play it slower on Magnus's side? My guess would be no. What's Mawile good versus? Guardy, Charizard. Those are the top two. Probably get rid of the... Oh, actually, maybe you don't get rid of the Comfey here, though. We did go down on a Comfey on the last turn. That spell's really good, though, to like recover hands and cramming. Stuff like that. Hands and cramming. Here we go. Up to 7. Oh, there's another Comfey. Now the Comfey definitely bites at us, right? Yeah, now the Comfey definitely is taken care of. All right, we have attached gate. We have the hands attack here for Magnus, but there's a good chance that Brennan will have the response. And then if Magnus KOs a 1-prizer after that, you go into Roxanne range. But Brennan goes into Roxanne range here. If Brennan matches Magnus's hands, Brennan would go into Roxanne range here. I don't think Magnus has the Roxanne yet, though. You do get the first Roxanne if Brennan responds, but the thing is, like, Magnus doesn't have a good, like, that very powerful attack into the Radiant Charizard is the problem. I guess you could use Mew to copy Radiant Charizard or get Cram Escape Rope, I guess. Yeah, that's one of the things. Magnus doesn't have a very powerful attack into the Radiant Charizard plus Roxanne combo. Or into Radiant Charizard in general. And then maybe Brennan can even like set up a Sableye as like a potential attacker. But here we go. Hands for 2. Brennan definitely needs to answer this hands for sure. So that has to happen. Ooh, could we not do it for a turn though? 12-6. Nah. We got to answer it this turn. Ideally with the Charizard. If you don't answer it with Charizard, you're in a tough spot here as Brennan. It's got to be the Charizard response. There's Jirachi, bites the dust. There's a Nest Ball in hand. I believe there are some gates in hand as well here for Brennan. Does need a decent amount of energy on this Charizard, though, coming up right now. That's 7. Probably see this Nest Ball get played. And then how many gates are in the hand for Brennan here? Does have the 4 Seal Stone. 1 gate, a couple energy, and a 4 Seal Stone. So it should be all good. I think Brennan will be able to pretty easily get this response. 1, 2, 3. There might be 4 energy in there as well already. 1, 2. Yeah, there's a lot of energy in there. So double gate should do it for Brennan. Gate number 1. And we can even use Comfey first here and potentially preserve the 4 Seal Stone. This does open up the potential of that Roxanne for Magnus, but I don't know if it's gonna. Can Magnus triple hands? Wait, hold on. Can Magnus triple hands Brennan here? Because there's a Raihan in hand, right? I think, and it's only has it double Raihan in this list for Magnus, and it's only used 1 gate. I think Magnus could triple hands. There's an escape rope in the hand here as well here for Magnus. I did see an escape rope there for Brennan, but what's the other card? Escape rope what? Leak. Brennan's never leaks the second card, man. I feel like I see the second card from Magnus all the time. Cram. I think the second Cram is in the deck, though. That makes the escape rope makes sense. Also, at this point, Sableye is basically a Cram for you, so it's even better, actually. All right, escape rope counter catcher. Brennan just like, don't overthink it. I actually had that come up at at Charlotte. My opponent played escape rope, and it was like a hard decision for me to make. And then I like sat there for like 5 seconds. And then my opponent's like, I have counter catcher. I was like, oh, okay. Why didn't you? I was like, all right, thank you for that, or thank you for saying, so that I can just don't have to think about this anymore. I was like in the tank trying to think what to send up off their escape rope, and my opponent would like looked at me for a little bit, and they were like, I have counter catcher. I was like, oh, thank goodness, I don't have to think about this anymore. Shout out to the Brennan for showing the counter catcher immediately. Magnus doesn't have to overly think about it. I like the Greninja KO Zard and Sableye. That's live. It's not live because Magnus doesn't play water energy. All right, Magnus got a lot of cards in hand. No supporter, unless that is a Raihan, which it might be. Not sure what that top deck was. Mirage Gate, that's going to give up some options. Has the heavy ball as well. Going to do a quick prize check here. Did already play the heavy ball to get the hands out of the prize cards. Reevaluating the prize cards a little bit there. Gives it to the judge to handle. And then, yeah, I'm curious to see what Magnus goes for here. Doesn't have a supporter besides the Raihan, I believe. I think there is the possibility for the escape rope. Escape rope hands play here from Magnus for 2 more. But then how do we get those last 2? You'll appreciate that prime sub there. Raija HS, welcome to the red pack. We're all out of bananas. We got plenty of fishing nets. What the fuck, now we can counter catch a KO the Pidgeot? Yeah, counter catch. Actually, yeah, we can counter catch a KO the Pidgeot. I didn't even actually think about that, but that is possible here. Did Brennan overstep that Pidgeot play? Because counter catch a KO Pidgeot for 3 here is pretty good for Magnus, right? Why did he vanish? Because he wanted to have the Force Shield Stone set up in play to be able to have a response to... Brennan wants a... What? Brennan wants the Pidgeot in play as a response with Force Shield Stone to Roxanne. Would you ever throw in a water energy in the deck just to mind game your opponent and waste a bench space on Mana V? Depends what the energy count... possibly, yeah. I don't know what the energy count is. At that point, I would just play 2 waters, though. At that point, I would just try and fit the second water in, like, Magnus's deck. Because, like, why not just be able to attack with Greninja? Like, I feel like... I mean, Greninja's such a good attacker. Like, at that point, we should just be able to attack with Greninja, I feel like. Are your non-black Dragon Shield sleeves see-through? Yes. Being able to see the back of a card through a sleeve is fine. Just don't use clear sleeves. It just has to not be a clear sleeve. Okay. This hand does not actually, honestly, not look that good for Magnus. But let's let Magnus cook here. No energy to draw extra cards with Greninja is tough. I don't think there is the counter catcher play in hand here. I think Magnus can hands. I think there's the ability for Magnus to use hands to KO the active. But then I don't know how Magnus is going to get those last 2 prize cards, to be honest. Thinking about it, goes with the grass to the Comfey. And then gets to go search the deck for any one card. I don't know what the card is going to be, though. Wait, do we have the counter catcher play here? Maybe Magnus does have the counter catcher play. 2 energy in the deck. There's no Force Seal Stone to go with that Moltres, I believe. Maybe I'm trolling. Benches the Moltres. Is it just going to be Moltres KO Radiant Charizard? That's so bad. Like, that is just, like, not that good of a... Like, I don't know if Magnus has a choice. Well, no, it's just not that good. This is not looking good for Magnus, to be honest. Brennan has literally attacked 0 times with Sableye, but it's maybe about to win this. Then hands the bird for 3. Well, no, that bird's going back to the deck next turn. Also, I don't think Magnus plays a second counter catcher, so it'd have to be a boss. You'd have to set up hands with boss. You shuffle his deck after Raihan? No, but he's going back in. Here comes the gate. You'll appreciate the 17 months there, Roth. Appreciate the 2 months as well there, Shaolin Warrior. Yeah, so it's just gonna be a Moltres attack here. That feels so bad. But literally Magnus didn't have anything else. Didn't have a better play, I don't think. I don't think Magnus had a better play. But this play is obviously not that powerful. I was really hoping that Brennan's hand is just kind of bad. I don't see anything else that's going to happen here. We do get rid of that Force Seal Stone. That reduces the potential on Brennan's next turn. You appreciate the 5 months there, EDU. Yeah, here we go. Counter catcher the Charizard, right? Yeah. Counter catcher Charizard. But this is not good enough, I don't think. Magnus punches. 30 damage to the Moltres. So all Brennan has to do is basically attack with Charizard here. And then Brennan basically will win the game. Yeah, the Charizard attack here should basically seal this up. As long as you put that Pidgeot back into the deck as well. There's the Clara already in the hand. Clara. Wait a second, though. Charizard can't attack yet. I guess Brennan could just... Actually, could just Sableye this turn, I guess. Brennan could just attack with Sableye this turn. There's a Mirage Gate in hand. There should be some energy in the deck, right? Thinking about getting the Cram as well. Getting Cram makes sense, yeah. Could Magnus copy Sableye if he got to one more in Lost Zone? Could, but attacking with Mew there's pretty weak as well. But yeah, could have. Cram, then hands, maybe better. Cram, hand. And then you just hope the Sableye's don't happen. Then you'd have to be hoping Sableye doesn't happen. Wait, what the heck? Wait, did Brennan just throw? No, dude, Brennan's throwing. Forgot to bench the Charizard before playing the Mirage Gate. Dude, it's happening. No, it's not like this. Oh my, there's a gate on top of the deck. Yeah, now you have to get like another gate off the dude. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so Brennan can get 10 in the Lost Zone. Okay, so Brennan can get 10 in the Lost Zone to Sableye this turn, and then KO the Moltres next turn with Boss. And I believe Brennan did not Lost Zone the Boss this turn. I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Crazy throws. Yeah. Brennan getting a little bit too far ahead of himself. Is there still an energy in the deck? So if we find another gate, we can attack with. There better still be an energy in the deck here. There's one dark energy. Maybe Brennan should have left 2 energy in the deck because now Brennan uses Comfey. Now if Brennan uses Comfey and hits energy gate, you can't gate. Honestly, I kind of want to see that happen. Well, I kind of do want to see it happen. Dude, gate energy one time. Oh, there's the gate. There's an energy in the deck. Wait, why is Brennan debating this? Is Brennan thinking about just attacking with Sableye now? There's an energy in the deck. You just saw it, Brennan. There's one dark energy in the deck. Okay. Azul's such a hater. Bro, I just like seeing people get punished for misplay. That's not being a hater. I like indiscriminately just like watching people get punished for misplaying. Like, even myself, like, even I should get punished when I misplay. Like, I don't care who you are. There's the Pidgeot shuffle back into the deck. That's Magnus is basically only win condition. Now, Roxanne is still a win condition here for Magnus. Here's a Cram. Because Brennan could have, I think, ended with an energy on the Sableye. But now there's no energy on the Sableye. There could have been a Psychic on the Sableye. So then this game would have been basically locked up. This game would have been basically locked up, but now there's no Psychic on the Sableye. So Roxanne, Roxanne plus knockout active here from Magnus is a win condition. Because it's possible Brennan doesn't actually get a Psychic energy for the Sableye. So Magnus can still win this one, actually. There's the Force Seal Stone a little bit late. Ooh, that Force Seal Stone last turn would have been really good. The Super Rod back the Moltres, so you could possibly hit the Moltres. Also, hitting energy here isn't bad as well. Because the energy becomes draw power with Greninja. Brennan will never make this mistake ever again. It's a learning experience. No, Brennan will probably make the same mistake again at some point. But Brennan's a pretty good player. We'll make more good plays than mistakes overall, but Ninja KO's Art and Sableye. Bro, there's no water energy in their deck. Well, I know this might be your first time here, Slap, and first time here we say it. Magnus doesn't play water energy. Shuffling the Pidgeot is illegal. He already chose Mirage Gate first. Shuffling the Pidgeot is illegal. He already chose Mirage Gate first. I don't know what you're saying, BM Ketchum. Okay, I will not make this mistake again. I have misplayed. Listen, to be honest, Slap, you'll probably make this mistake again at some point. But so Magnus could attack with Mew here. I think Magnus should go. Magnus could go. Well, you need the Mirage Gate anyways for hands eventually, right? Yeah, so Magnus has to like take a prize card this turn. Can Magnus even do it? I don't even know if Magnus can do it. Magnus needs to find Roxanne to begin with. First of all, Magnus needs to find Roxanne, and then after that, like, do you go Mew KO Charizard here? No Roxanne. Yeah, there's no way there's no win condition here without Roxanne, I don't think. I think Magnus is even considering conceding now at this point. You could, yeah, there's no win condition. Well, no, there's no win. Well, no. Well, no, I don't think so. I can't come up with a win condition. I'm trying out here though. I'm trying. Do you ever like to like get in touch with these players sometimes and go over their thought process and plays with them? No, but that would be an interesting. That could be some good content for sure. Like to walk through a game with Magnus or Brennan here. Brennan flashes the psychic, being like, "Oh, you didn't Roxanne."